Okay, so one of the biggest questions that I get as a career coach is, what if I don't fit all of the job qualifications? What if I don't have the years of experience? What if I don't have the bachelor's or master's degree in that specific field? What if this? What if that? Right? I tell people to apply. And the reason I tell people to apply is the worst that they could say is no. And the worst that you could say is no. If they say, hey, you know what, we want you, but in the end, you don't want to enroll or apply to be with them, you could tell them no also, right? So the worst, again, the worst that they could say is no. The second thing as well is that companies aren't looking for an 100% match, right? A lot of companies or a lot of job descriptions list all of these skills and all of these qualifications, but don't think that you have to hit 100% of them. What companies are more so looking for are for someone who has the transferable skills and wants to learn and grow and adapt and things like that. They're less so worried about the technical skills because they could teach you that on the job, right? So when you're looking at jobs and different job descriptions, you want to be sure that when you're looking through the job description, you're like, yes, this is what I want. Yes, I'm aligned to the company values. Yes, I have some of these skills. Maybe I don't have some of the qualifications, but I'm willing to learn, right? And that's what we want to make sure to add in your resume. So for example, if you're pivoting careers, like you started in one area, such as engineering, but you're going into something like graphic design, right? The thing that you have to tell yourself or remind yourself is it's okay to pivot. It's okay to transition careers. But the thing you want to emphasize or highlight in your resume, your LinkedIn, in your interviews is, hey, although I don't have this graphic design specific experience, I do have all of these skills I gained from engineering that can be applied to this graphic designing job, right? So I'm going to share my screen and show you an actual job description. So this is for a graphic designer role, okay? It is a full-time role. It doesn't say whether or not it's entry-level, associate, etc. But, you look at all the responsibilities and you're like, yeah, okay, this is what I want to do. This, I get excited when I read this. If you don't get excited when you read the job description, then this job may not be for you. Or maybe this occupation in itself may not be for you, right? You look at the skills required, you look at the qualifications. But say, for example, like I said in my previous sample, I'm an engineer. Oftentimes people stop because they're like, oh, I don't have a bachelor's degree. Oh, I don't have 2 to 4 years of experience. Oh, I'm not proficient in Adobe Creative Suite, right? But maybe they have all of these different skills, right? So, like I said, it's so important in your resume, in your LinkedIn, when you're interviewing, is you show and demonstrate how you have learned these skills in your experiences as an engineer, or maybe the other different experiences that you've had, right? So keep that in mind. If, for example, you are in entry level, so say, for example, you're in college and you're looking for your first job and you come across this job post, you're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is great. Oh, it requires 2 to 4 years of experience. I've had no experience because I haven't been working in the professional field. Apply. Like I said, the worst thing that could happen is that they say no. And you have to think of your college experiences as years of experience. If in college as an engineer, you did all of these different projects with folks, you worked on different capstones, that counts as experience. That counts as experience. So again, just make sure to keep that in mind when you're applying. Now, say for example, this is your first time, you're an entry level, you're just getting a job, and it says 5+ years of experience or 10+ years of experience. I would encourage you not to apply. And the reason I say that is because with 5 and 10 years of experience, they're looking for someone who's more advanced. They don't need as much hand holding or hands-on training. They need someone with more of that technical capability to be able to teach others. So that job may not be for you. It's just a little bit outside of what they're looking for specifically. So just to keep that in mind if you're an entry-level candidate, right? The same thing kind of goes for if you're like in a mid-career or if you're above, right? Is that even if you don't necessarily have the degree in it and you don't have the years of experience in that particular role, what you can do is say, hey, I've worked as an engineering person for so long and I've learned all these different skills. This is how it could apply to a graphic design setting. And this is what I'm doing, outside of my full-time job to get acclimated to the graphic design world. So say, for example, if you're taking certifications or you're doing trainings or you're doing LinkedIn learnings, like all that kind of stuff, definitely helpful to include. What I want to emphasize is that I don't want these qualifications for you to turn you off from applying for a job. I don't want it to turn you off from applying for a job because you never know if someone will take a chance on you. Maybe they say like, man, this person like really has a willingness to listen. They really want to learn. They really want to grow, all this kind of stuff, right? So they're hiring you for you. They're not hiring you for the technical skills because they can always teach you that. So again, if you have any questions or need me to kind of review kind of that with you, let me know and I'm happy to help. But I just wanted to debunk that common thought of, I don't hit all of the job qualifications. What do I do? Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.